The 15th and final race of the BNL karting series kickoff. Saturday action is about to get underway. And as always, we welcome back our DD2 Masters contingent back on the hallowed tarmac here at the 1,360 metre circuit. Here's your starting order for DD2 Masters. Heat number 3 out of 3. Carl Clearwater, who took the victory in Heat 1 and would end up finishing second in Heat 2, starts on pole position once again. Tom Dessau rounds out the front row, so it is a all-Belgian affair on home soil. Christoph Adams, who won Heat number 2 by having that cheeky audacity to get up the inside of Carl Clearwater, and took his own first victory of the 2021 season in the BNL karting series. He starts alongside Bruno Dos Santos, and that's row 2. Pritzai in the 501 from Estonia. We'll have Frank Laverne in the 529 from KMD, representing France, in position number 6. 7th place, our starter will be Christophe Capitain from France in the 599, with Frederick Goose Bakert, as I'm now going to call him, I think, as long as I can throw that in when he's not trying to do an audacious move on anybody. The 553 will start in 8th position. So the timer has been set once again for 7 minutes plus an additional lap here at the home of champions, karting Genk in Belgium. So we'll have another 8 minutes of racing action to conclude what has been well, in terms of the track activity here at Karting Genk, what we have had is the best part of 150 minutes of competition in qualifying and also the racing. So that is effectively 2.5. That's about 2 hours and 30 minutes. So 180 minutes would be 3 hours in total. So it is down to Clearwater and Dessau to control the pace as they now make their way through turn number 10. So the red lights on the starting gantry for one final time on the Saturday of the BNL karting series kickoff. Tomorrow we start the action at 11 o'clock Central European time. That's 10 a.m. UK time for those over here in the United Kingdom. No British competitors here this weekend, obviously, with the travel restrictions very much in full effect. However, the drivers now make their way through the tram lines. Are we ready? Are we steady? Looks like we've got a good start, and Carl Clearwater jumps into the initial lead, but there has been a moment for Pritzai as Carl Clearwater gets a turnaround. Oh my goodness me. And then Frank Laverne then also has a moment going through the exit of turn number 2. And that means that Carl Clearwater is no longer in the lead of this race, but the driver that is in the lead is now Tom Dessau. Pritzai in second, Christoph Adams in third place, Bruno Dos Santos rounding out the top 5 positions, and then Frederick Baker must be counting his lucky stars right about now, as we've got yellow flags being shown ever so briefly there. So we will see as now Pritzai up the inside through turn 12, and I think I just saw someone peel off into the pit lane. I think that is Carl Clearwater. He has now pulled it into the pits as a result of obviously what just happened on lap 1 going through turn 2. So Carl Clearwater will be a little bit on the back foot tomorrow. However, Pritzai leads with 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go as they go through turn 6 into the Europlan. Christoph Adams now has been deposed. I think that is by Bruno Dos Santos. So we do have 6 of the 7 drivers still competing. Frank Laverne has continued onwards. So his Gallic resolve notwithstanding. And now this is going to be a rather interesting sextet of competitors there that will be going into battle for what is the lead. And we've got just over 5 minutes to go on the clock itself. And now Pritzai from Estonia leads. Dessau, Dos Santos, Adams, Capitain, Baker, Carl Clearwater is going to be confirmed as an official retirement momentarily. as the blue light shows up on the timing screen. However, these drivers now are battling for effectively what is the third race, and it could be that we might have our third different winner in DD2 Masters, just like we had with DD2 today. Glenn Van Parijs, Ville Villelainen, and also now Zander Schublak winning a respective heat. However, it has been Carl Clivot and Christophe Adams. Who will be number 3? Will it be Pritzai? Will it be Tom Dessert? Will it be Bruno Dos Santos? Could it even be Christophe Capitan or Frederick Baker? Your guess is as good as mine, because if Christophe Adams wins, he then goes into finals day with the biggest amount of bravado and chagrin that you probably will have seen for a very, very long time. As long as he doesn't put his false teeth back in, he's absolutely fine, like he was showing on his profile picture on Facebook the other day. However, that's just the character that is Christophe Adams. But really funny guy to be around, amidst with some of his Freudian slips, so to speak. However, Pritzai still continuing to lead the race as they go through turn 7 off of the Europlan. We're coming towards the halfway point of the timer counting down here. And as I say that now, Pritzai and Tom Dessert having a big old battle. And then Bruno Dos Santos trying to make his presence felt. But Tom Dessert now has the lead as we're about to complete lap number 4 of this race. Oh, and a bit of a cheeky overtake up the inside of Pritzai. That was Bruno Dos Santos, or Pritzai decides, well, if you're going to muscle your way through the inside of me, I'm going to do likewise. But then Bruno Dos Santos forces Pritzai very, very wide. Christophe Adams gets round the outside of the Estonian through turn 3. And now Christophe Capitan has just been docked to place. Oh, Adams getting a bit cheeky there. A little bit of a tap on the side pod of Dos Santos. And now Dos Santos on the grass on the right-hand side of the Europlan. That puts him straight into the path of Franclaverne. And now that means that Christophe Adams now is P2. Pritzai P3. Frederick Baker now up into 4th place. And along with that, Christophe Capitan right behind the 553 in these dying stages. Less than 2.5 minutes remaining on the clock. And still, he has a chance as Frederick Baker. He could even go for a top 3, but that depends on whether Pritzai is going to have that opportunity of not having an opportunity, that misfortune of having a possible problem. Reference third place. So Frederick Baker now really doing a great job, but he's being hustled again by Christophe Capitan. He tries to go cleanly through in towards turn number 6, and in many respects here, this is where things do change at the latest moments in any race. But Christophe Capitan not able to get past Frederick Baker just yet. Pritzai still in 2nd position. Christophe Adams looks over his right shoulder as Tom Dessert is now away with the tumbleweeds right now, 3.2 seconds up the road. Bruno Dos Santos has got himself back into the fight here, into the melee. Franclaverne has been running in the 55.9s and the 55.8s over the last couple of laps or so. So the Frenchman's consistency still helping him as now Frederick Baker gets passed by Christophe Capitan. That would have happened through turn 12. So Baker now coming under fire for Bruno Dos Santos. Now Laverne fancies an opportunity. Carl Clivot, after the first lap and that first turn in that turn 2 incident on lap 1, put the Debacker away into the back office, so to speak, and not able to come out and play with the rest of the children on the playground. However, still Dessert has a 3.3 second lead ahead of Christophe Adams. Pritzai now starting to pull a gap between himself and also Christophe Capitan. And also the biggest thing here is that Pritzai is trying to close on Christophe Adams, and the gap was about 5.5 tenths of a second last time around. We're going to go on to the penultimate lap of the race and also of the day, because Tom Dessert now crosses the line as Goose goes up the inside through, trying to get through onto Bruno Dos Santos, and on that particular occasion he manages to get an opportunity but can't make it work. And on that particular occasion, Frederick Baker now will fall into the clutches of Franclaverne, but the timer is about to run out as we are about to hit 0 on the clock as the leader now makes his way through turn 8. Timer hit 0. That is it for the day in terms of the 150 minutes or so of competition. When you consider it so, you're probably talking about 2 3/4 hours worth of qualifying and the racing here today, as Frederick Baker now getting very, very defensive on Frank Laverne. So the final lap board is out, and Tom Dessert crosses the line and is 3.14 seconds ahead of Christoph Adams. Pritzai in third place, nearly 4.5 tenths of a second ahead of, behind the 555. Frederick Baker still keeping in sixth position. Frank Laverne, I think, after what happened initially, not able to capitalise or have the pace in order to try and get past, but he might give it one more attempt. He's wearing his Team France Rotax Grand Finals overalls, if memory serves me correctly. So now he's going to have a chance, if he can, to get past, but I think Baker will make it very hard for him. But in the meantime, the final checkered flag, it is going to be 3 different winners for DD2 Masters, as Tom Dessert in the 530 comes across the line, jubilant that he's now the 3rd different winner, alongside Christoph Adams, who takes 2nd, and Carl Klebot, who retired on the very first lap of this race. They are the 3 race fixers from today. Pritzai in 3rd place, ahead of Christophe Capitan, Bruno dos Santos. Frederick Baker takes 6th position, so good on you, Goose. Well done, buddy. And Frank Laverne rounding out the top 7 positions.